to the cloud. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the broadcast with Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Welcome to the show, everybody. It's our Halloween party spectacular. Woo! Oh,
Happy Halloween.
I don't know if you can hear that, but we just went live on YouTube. It's been a while since there we go. All right. Anyways, happy Halloween for real again. This is my favorite show of the year because we get to put on costumes. And it's just the best. I am dressed as Lydia Dietz. This year, Jay picked out the costumes. He picked out Beetlejuice and Lydia because I picked out, Barbie for the last 2 years in a row. So it was his turn.
Yeah. I didn't know it was 2 years in a row.
It was. So, because we were Toy Story Barbie and Ken in 2022, because Alex was Buzz Lightyear, but Alex is also Buzz Lightyear last year and again this year.
Hey,
So,
if you find a thing you like, stick with it.
Exactly. I got this wig that basically makes me look like Colleen from 2007 again, and I'm not gonna lie, I love it, and I might just wear it like out for forever until my hair grows long enough. I'm like,
I believe she froze.
feel free.
Okay. You're back for me.
Yes.
Oh, was I frozen?
You were sure frozen. I'm sure it was a wonderful
Oh,
story.
man.
We heard none of it.
Okay. When did I stop talking?
That you really love the wig and you want to wear it all the time. And
oh, okay. All I did afterwards was say, does anybody else want to share their costumes?
Oh.
Well, I don't know if anyone can guess who I am, but imagine that I'm wearing dark lipstick and maybe sunglasses, like funky sunglasses, and the headphones
Are you
part of the
Daria?
costume. No, but that would be fun.
Oh.
I am Mabel from Only Murders in the Building because my stuff isn't here yet, so didn't have a lot to work with.
I thought your background had something to do with the costume. I'm like, Blair Witch, maybe?
Oh, no, that's just spooky.
Yeah.
It's to remind me to talk about going on a ghost tour with Tasia.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Very clever. I am in a last moment of inspiration. I'm a busy bee because I am going to be working on goddamn Halloween costumes while we podcast because I leave everything to the last minute. So that's
what is your actual costume going to be?
We are, as a family, going to be Frozen. I am going to
be
Anna. Eden, of course, is going to be our main girl, Elsa. And Daniel's going to be Olaf. So these are going to become Olaf's eyes.
I love it. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on my progress as we talk.
Excellent. We're also joined in the Zoom right now tonight in order of appearance on my screen, Judy, Jamie Joe, Matt, and Jackson. Hello. We have a Where's Waldo?
Hello.
We have Goth Skeleton Princess. Jamie's laughing. Go ahead, Jamie. What are last year you were glow in the dark, weren't you?
Last year I was Lisa Frankenstein.
That's right, and it was awesome.
And this year I decided I like painting skulls, but I figured, you know what? I was gonna do a little De Las Muertes and then use the photos for, my advertising for this weekend. So.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. Matt. Hi. Hello. He is asking I am asking him to unmute. In the meantime, guys, real quick, I am going to try to oh, sorry, Yankee updates. Yankees have been playing like terrible. It's been an embarrassing World Series. Somebody just got a grand slam. I'm very excited to see whatever that was. Anyway, I'm gonna try to put this out with minimal editing on by Halloween. So if this show has a lot more ums and ooms and ahs and well anyways than you're used to and pauses, that's why. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I couldn't get so anyway, I am Wirt from Over the Garden Wall.
Oh, the show that I swear I'm going to watch.
Yes. Yeah, it's like the quickest that like this is the 2-minute version to make.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. A 2-minute costume.
I appreciate it.
Tape together some red paper and got a blanket over me.
I love it.
And then Jackson, I think you're being a Bay Area resident. Am I correct? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah.
All right. All right, everyone. It is now 5-2 Yankees. So there's your score in real time. That's exciting. Because, wasn't about to have the Dodgers win the World Series while we were recording. Anyway. Okay, how's it been? How's everybody been? We haven't recorded in like 2 weeks. Shandy drove across country. Amanda went to Spain. I don't know, went to New York City and did another Lost documentary screening, whatever.
I know you were in
How's
my
it
city
been?
and we didn't get a chance to connect twice now. This is terrible. Our odds are not good. I don't like it.
Yeah, though the
New
first
Year's
time, to be
resolution for
fair,
next year.
I had food poisoning and a migraine or something.
True. Extenuating circumstances, we call that.
Yes. How was your trip to Spain though?
It was wonderful.
Awesome.
Highly recommend. We stayed in a town called Sitges, which is just outside of Barcelona. And it was a place I had never heard of before. It was like not on my travel radar, but I'm so glad my friend discovered it because it was lovely. It was so cute and historic and beautiful. And there's this cool like film festival that we caught the tail end of. We didn't see any of the movies. It's like a horror themed festival, but it like takes over the whole city. So it was cool to just kind of like see what the city looked like with the festival, and then as they like took everything down, like what the city looks like all the time. Yeah, and we did 2 days in Barcelona, just sort of touring around. We did Sagrada Familia, which is as beautiful as prescribed or talked about. We did Montserrat, which was also super cool. We got to hear the boys choir. So Montserrat is this church up in the mountains. There's a couple other things up there too, but it's like this very sacred place for Catalans. And there's the monks that live there, like perform, sing and perform services every night. And there's a boys choir, so there's like boys that board there and they go to school and they like learn music from the monks, and they're like hard to catch because like tour groups have really like fixed times that they can be there, but our tour group happened to get to hear the boys choir, and it was like very moving and very beautiful, this like very ornate Gothic church, and it was very cool.
Cool.
A lot of good food. Highly recommend.
Nice. That's awesome.
Sounds awesome.
Shandy, how was your drive across country?
Oh my God. Well, it was like 2 of the most stressful weeks of my life, probably. But yeah, went back, moved for real. Came back in our small car with Kronk and I and the 2 cats, and like just like everything that was left that couldn't go in the moving van. Had to stop in Albuquerque to get 4 new tires at one point, but other than that,
oh, you did need new tires.
Yeah, we were like,
but you made it all the way to Albuquerque. That's pretty far.
Yeah, well, we're like, wait, how long were they like this?
Well, didn't you mention that you thought you might need new tires?
No, there was like brake stuff that we got double checked and changed before we left, and we thought we were good, and then yeah, but we arrived without incident, all safe and sound. We are all here together now. We all officially like live here. I started, changing all my stuff, so there's that fun stuff to to do, but yeah, and then our stuff should be arriving by the end of this week, hopefully. So yeah, hopefully next time we record, it won't be as echoey.
Cool. Well, right now you've got the haunted schoolhouse in the backyard, back in the background, so it just kind of fits with your theme.
Yes. Well, and all
Yes.
things considered, you don't actually sound all that echoey.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good, but I can't wait until we have like actual stuff. 'Cause I'm sitting on one of our two chairs.
Yeah, I want that.
That we borrowed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll get looking forward to an update. Hopefully next week you have everything all set.
Yes, that'd be great.
Yeah, just chilled while you guys were gone. Went to New York Comic Con, which was cool. Very different than regular Comic Con. Very different. What else? Oh, yeah, I early voted, and as I filled in my bubble, because you fill it in North Carolina, as I filled it in, I totally cried. My kids were there watching, and they were like, "Why are you crying? You're making us uncomfortable. We're gonna go stand with Daddy." They left me.
Well, you ungrateful little shits.
No, it was fine. I was just like, this is so momentous. Maybe this time we'll get it.
Maybe this time.
Everybody loves a winner.
Yeah, but it was funny because Zach was like, "Why are you crying?" And Alex was just like, "'Cause she's happy to make her vote for Kamala Harris. Duh."
Nice.
I was like, thank you.
Not wrong.
Anybody else do early voting yet? Sorry. Wait, feel free to unmute if you, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I voted on Sunday.
Excellent. How long did it take you? Because early voting in New York started on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much walked right in, had to wait like maybe 30 seconds to get my ballot.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow, that's really good. Actually.
Yeah, they had, I think, 4 people handing out the ballots, and yeah, so it was really quick. In and out in less than 5 minutes, but it was a steady stream of people while I was there.
Yeah. Ours isn't like a giant gym. So there's like at least 40 or 50 people can vote at one time. But we have in North Carolina, for the first time ever, the voter ID laws just kicked into effect. And that definitely slowed it down because you had to go to 2 separate tables. Yeah, it was whatever. I mean, it was funny because the people behind us were very clear. I mean, I don't know if they were very clearly, but they were, as I like to say, Republican coded in how they were dressed and talked. And
did they look like they just came from an Abercrombie and Fitch?
No, the other end of the spectrum.
Okay.
They look like your typical people who would be aggrieved voters, is what I'm trying to say. And they were very nice, like in line, and they clearly saw, because it came in right behind us, that we were holding like all the Democrat recommendations, and we're at a disadvantage because, as you all know, I've talked about it before, we're not technically in the city of Raleigh. Our little neighborhood is just this we're right in the middle of Raleigh. We're like right in the middle, but we're like just little cutout area that is just an unincorporated area that's not considered city of Raleigh. Like my neighbor's backyard is city of Raleigh, but her front of her house is not. Like that's how weird it is. So we don't get to vote for mayor. So like we walk, because there's always 1,000 people on the ballot for mayor. Like we walked right by them. We were like, no, thank you. Don't waste your stuff on us. We can't vote for you. Sorry. We can't vote for city council. So, we pretty much would get the only unaffiliated person that we have on our ballot is the soil and water person. And I had already Googled that. Raleigh. Yeah. We had already Googled that. Who to vote for. So, nice. We were all set, but we're holding the pamphlets from the Democrat people. We made sure to thank you so much. We'll take anything that you got, blah, 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 blah. But they were so funny just because they were the only people in line at the time with us that I could have guessed who they were voting for. The people in front of us, as far as I could see, were holding the same blue pamphlet that we were. And behind us, it looked like that too. So that made me feel kind of hopeful. but
I mean, but isn't Raleigh kind of blue anyway, though?
Wake County is blue, but we went red in 2022.
Right, fair enough.
That's what, remember, the Supreme Court flipped.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
I just like don't want to get, I hope so.
Yeah. Oh, but that's where we started this with the voter ID thing, is that the people behind me were like, what do you mean we need our ID to vote? Like, we can't just use who we are isn't enough. And I'm like, oh, you're the kind of people that are like, I don't need my ID to vote, but somebody that doesn't look like me needs their ID to vote. Like, it was very clearly that. And I was like, oh, Vivian appearance. Anyway, yeah. Cool.
Which is like that that story that you shared with me, Colleen, because Montana did the whole voter ID nonsense also. I don't know when they adopted it, but it was the first I was hearing about it. And some people were like not happy because turns out libertarians sometimes want to be off the grid and they might not have ID.
Yeah, that's right.
So maybe you should have thought of that law. Yeah, maybe you should have thought of the downstream effects beforehand.
If John Tester ends up winning because a whole bunch of people that would vote for Republican cannot vote for him in Montana, that is just chef's kiss.
Pretty great.
Okay, real quick before we move on. So speaking of the election, next week we will not be recording on Tuesday. We're going to be recording, unless something changes, but we don't anticipate to be recording on Tuesday. We'll be recording on Thursday, and then we'll see what happens with the election. We've been kicking around a couple of, I don't know, ideas, but I know what to call it. So we had RAW, R-A-W, and then ROAR, R-O-A-R. I guess we have some time to workshop what.
Well, it entirely depends what happens.
Exactly.
I know, but we need to work. We need to have things prepared.
I don't know, man.
When have we ever had titles prepared ahead of time?
ROAR.
I don't know if we need to. I think they just come organically. Says the woman who's making Halloween costumes right now. So, don't go off of what I say.
Although if Kamala wins, we could call it Roe. Raw.
Oh, I was thinking if she wins,
your vote.
If she wins, we could also just call it herstory, like history, herstory, like that play on words.
But let's not. I don't want to. Let's not count any of those chickens.
Exactly. I don't want to be.
We will
nothing.
Count no chickens. No chickens will be counted here.
No chickens here.
Okay, that was my only announcement. I think was that. Did I have any other announcements?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
Okay, awesome. Moving into my favorite portion of the program is ghost stories. I hear them walking around upstairs. So, real life ghosts. Yes. No, my family.
Are you there?
I don't know if Tasia was planning on coming, but Shandy, do you want to kick it off by talking about your ghost tour?
Sure. So Tasia was planning on coming, but then they made last minute plans to go to dinner with a friend before he leaves. So totally understandable. But we did go on a ghost tour a couple of weeks ago. It was really fun. This is the city hall that I have behind me. So it was in the evening. The guide was like, sweet. It was nice. Told some stories. It was a fun experience. Most of the stuff was like, okay, but did that really happen? But I did learn a lot. The history part was really fun. It actually made me want to look more into Monterey's history, just in general. And there's a restaurant that we used to go to sometimes, that there's this whole history of the person who one of the people that used to have it was a fake doctor, and he used to kill people with his fake doctoring and all this stuff that was well, that's pretty crazy.
So it was like a Dr. Death, but 1800s version.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, but it was fun to walk around at night and talk about all the different stories, and just sorted history. So that was cool.
Cool. Did you see any ghosts?
I don't think so.
I'd like to hope if you saw a ghost, you'd know it. So
yeah.
Does anybody else have actually any ghost stories that they want to share? I know I ask this every year. Has anybody been haunted since last year?
No, but there
Jamie?
was in the house that we were staying at in Spain. It had very weird art. So
Okay.
like just all the art was weird. None of it like there was no cohesion between any of the pieces, but there was this one very large sculpture underneath the stairs. So like this, it was sort of like those like open stairs, where you can like sort of see through like the slats kind of thing. So it was underneath the stairs, and it kind of looked like a sort of copper bronze sort of giant like roach, really. But it was like shaped in a way that like every time I came down the stairs or like turned too fast, I'm like, who is that lurking under the stairs?
Oh,
it was just the stupid art.
As far as you know.
As far as I know, it might have been bugged. There might have been a camera in it. It might have come to life in the, late at night and, wreaked havoc. I don't know, but it was very weird. And I kept thinking it was real.
Nice.
That reminds me of when I had the Colin Farrell thing in our living room.
It was not dissimilar to that. No, the Colin Farrell was the wall-sized poster. The Legolas was the
Oh, the Legolas. Yeah. That's right. Sabella has had the Colin Farrell one.
Yeah.
Yes. I had the Legolas. Good times. Jay has joined us in his costume as a tired dad. How are you? Oh, you are muted, my friend.
I'm sorry. It made me like redo all my mic settings again. I'm like, yeah.
I told you had to. Okay, guys. Like 3 hours ago, I told Jay, I was like, if you're gonna come on, you need to make sure that you update your Zoom first. As I was
Zoom
updating
mine. It just made me redo my audio for some reason. Anyway, it's good to see you all. Shandy, hello. You are
Mabel from Only Murders.
Oh, I like it. Okay, right? Nice.
My stuff is not here. So
awesome. And then Amanda, you are a ladybug, maybe, or
I'm a busy bee.
A busy bee. Okay, love it. Love it.
I'm Colleen from 2007.
I remember those bangs. I remember.
Yeah,
them.
I know.
And then let's see, Matt, you are
He's from a TV show you've never seen.
Okay, so that maybe are you a gnome or
your kids?
Huh?
We need to watch with the kids.
Okay, over the garden wall. Sweet. All right. Jackson is a Apple employee. No.
I said Bay Area resident.
In the blue shirt. That's what we used to wear. So. Oh, nice. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Where's Waldo? I was Where's Waldo in second grade. I think. Pretty sure second grade. I was Where's Waldo.
Oh my God.
What?
Okay.
It's a great costume.
Great costume.
Yeah, I love it. And of course, Jamie Joe. Dios de la Swift. No, I'm just saying. I'm speechless because she always does such a phenomenal job. And I think this is your best one I've ever seen. Have I vamped long enough? Sorry. Am I good?
No vamping needed.
Okay.
You have a ghost story. You got a couple of ghost stories. Now he's a believer.
I'm a believer.
It took so many years.
Yeah. So I teased this in some of my social channels. So I don't know if there's Geek Dad Life people here watching. But yes. So recently I took a business trip to Chicago and we were going to be there for a week. And the hotel that we chose, or I didn't choose it, whatever they booked for that business trip, it was called the Intercontinental in Chicago. It is a 100-plus-year-old hotel, but it's been renovated. It was a perfectly fine hotel. There wasn't anything too crazy about it, and it was within walking distance to downtown Chicago, so I didn't think anything of it, right? Because I don't believe in ghosts. So first night, I go to sleep. And then probably 10 or 11, I don't know. I fell asleep pretty quick. It's the best part about business trips because there's no kids, so you get to sleep. And it's incredible. For those that have kids, business trips are the best. but clearly I miss my wife and kids, but still I'm able to sleep. But I wake up at 11 or 12 and I look, there's like, my room's pretty small, but there's kind of this weird closet transfer area between the bedroom to the bathroom. And I look up in the corner and it's dark, and just up in the corner, kind of floating up high in that area, was a
in the
face.
closet.
No, not in the closet, just like in this little hallway.
Oh, I thought there was something
Hey,
in the closet.
it's my
sorry,
story.
Okay. Sorry.
So anyway, literally getting to the ghost part and she's interrupting. So anyway, the floating head is there. And it's like you know how sometimes like a face and there's like kind of very low lighting, so you can just kind of see certain shapes, you know. So I saw the nose, I saw the mouth, I kind of saw the eyebrows and the eyes, maybe a little bit of the outline of the face, and it was just kind of sitting there looking at me in the corner of the closet. And to be honest, it freaked me the fuck out. Like, I didn't know if I was just, you know, sometimes you wake up and you're kind of between dreams and you kind of wake up and like, is it something left over from like when I was dreaming or something? No, it wasn't. And so I turn on the light, like maybe it's a shape or something that just whatever. So I turn to the bed, I turn on the light by the bed, and there's nothing there. And I'm like,
dun, dun, dun.
But also being the tired dad that I am, do you get this now where like there's some weird noise in the middle of the night and you're like, ugh, they're just gonna have to kill me. I'm too tired. I'm going back to sleep. That's kind of what I did. I was like, you know, I gotta sleep. I'm just gonna go back.
The amount of times that I've been like, it's just the ice machine. I'm fine.
Yeah, exactly. So I go back to sleep. But then maybe an hour or so later, I wake up and it feels like there's somebody putting their arms like across my chest and my face, like holding it back like this. Jesus and I can't Christ. Move. And so no. I'm like almost like, get off. And then I'm like, what the fuck was that? That wasn't fun. And that was, I think it was like 3 a.m. Took me a little bit longer to fall asleep after that.
The witching hour.
But I did end up going back to sleep, and that was the first night. So the next day, I got there early, and then everybody else came in the following day, and we're walking into downtown Chicago to get dinner. And as we're walking, we're having conversations and stuff. And then I tell one of my coworkers, I tell them the story, like, why the hell are you telling this? I don't want to know this story. I didn't consent to this ghost story. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. It was just something that happened to me and it was kind of freaking me out. So then word gets around that I had this ghost experience. And so, you know, I go to bed, nothing happens that night, but the next morning I'm in the bathroom brushing my teeth, and I hear a voice go, "Hey, Jay." And I look around, I'm like, what the fuck? And then, because it was from the same area the ghost was in, kind of back to the right. And so I thought the person that I told was fucking with me. So I go to the door. I go to the door and nobody's there. Nobody's in the hallway. Nobody's there. And so I tell people that morning, and then everybody just starts to freak out. And
you stayed in the same room?
I stay in the same room, like whatever. Like I
would ask to be moved to another room. Nope.
Nope. And so everybody in our group, and it's a big business trip. So there's probably, I don't know, like 50 different people across the company, heads of the sales org, like the head of the sales org. She became fascinated with it, but also freaked out by it. So she went and asked the front desk, like, hey, is there a history of hauntings in this hotel? And then the front desk lady, I don't know, I'm newer here, but the old security guard, he's been here forever. You could ask him. And then so she asked the security guard, he's like, yeah, there has been hauntings in this hotel. It's over 100 years old. There's been people that have died here. So there's been stories like that. And then the next morning, I was having a conversation with another person, and she was like, I didn't want to tell anybody, but I heard a voice too talking to me. And
I need that soundboard that you have.
Wait, hold on. Do I have a scary sound?
You just play the X-Files theme.
That sounded good. So that was that. So other people heard voices. I was the only one that saw a thing, and it actually like physically restrained me. And that was my ghost story.
That's wild.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It was weird.
And now you believe in ghosts.
And now I believe in ghosts. It was
vindicated.
But it took a while. It was the voice thing, and then it was the hearing. Other coworkers were also hearing voices. And so
you were super freaked out though when you
Oh, absolutely. It was the holding me back, and then I had to like throw whatever that was off of me. Hey!
Isn't that like the hello? Chris has joined us. Isn't that
what's he dressed up as? He's muted.
They are muted.
Okay, there you go. Clockwork Orange.
Oh, sick. Okay. Nice.
Here. That's better.
Oh, very nice. There we go. Beautiful. Sorry, Colleen, what were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say, isn't that the old hag syndrome where you have like something like holding you down, like on your chest?
Maybe it was chest and face, because my face was like held back like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like called the old hag syndrome.
Oh, anyways, didn't look like an old hag. It was like a dude just up in the corner, just kind of peering his face out.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, your dad was supposed to be here. Even last night, he was like, "I'll see you at 9:20."
He probably fell asleep.
He probably did. That said, they have long said that they have a ghost. He has a ghost in the house. He's told tales on the Married Man Show Ramblecast about seeing the ghost in Jay's youngest sister's room, and on the Nest Cam outside, or the doorbell cam, whatever it's called, like thinks he has a ghost too. If he joins us, you'll hear it. If not, stay tuned. But on a different note, real quick, I forgot to mention this earlier, but Jay and I saw Hamilton on Broadway.
Oh yeah, we did.
What?
We got tickets on StubHub for, get this, $124 each. We got them. Yeah, I know. We got them an hour and a half before the show started. So somebody must have dropped the price real fast because they were like, "Oh, I'm not going to get anything for this." But it was awesome. And we were in the rear mezzanine. Like, we were up pretty high, but it's a small theater, so nothing is hard to see.
That might have actually been a face value ticket.
It wasn't. It was I checked, and well, I don't know. I checked through the website for the next night, and the cheapest was up there was $232. So I was like, well, this is cheapest we're gonna see Hamilton, so let's go.
Yeah, I mean, either way, yeah, good deal.
But it was really great, and the lighting was so good that I could see without squinting or needing
that was
glasses.
The biggest difference, like seeing it there, like at the stage that they've optimized for that show, where the sound was the best and then the lighting was incredible. Even though we're in the mezzanine, like we could clearly see everything.
Like, I could see faces. I can't even see faces of people that are sitting across the table from me anymore. It was like, I just considered Jay. I was like, oh my God.
You do like, I can see his face. I'm like, cool. That's great. I'm
no, like, I don't think you understand. I can see his face.
It's like it's in HD. I'm like, that's great. So happy for you.
No, truly, I can't see the TV from the kitchen. And if you guys have been in my house,
because the TV's too small,
most of you haven't. It's not that the TV's too small. The TV's a fine size TV, but like that is like 30
feet. Go with Jay wanting the bigger TV again.
Yeah, no, we're not fucking doing this now.
One day, TV will be mine.
It's like 30 feet and I can't see the TV, okay? I'm sitting 10 feet from the TV and I can't see their faces. So it was like the most eye-opening experience of my life.
It was kind of wild because I just seen it in Hollywood at the Pantages just in September. Hollywood. Well, no, I'm just saying I had just seen the show.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally valid. I mean, I've only ever seen it on Broadway, so it wouldn't even occur to me that like seeing it in like a traveling national tour, that like yeah, the lighting would be different, the sound would be
Yeah,
different, but like,
exactly.
of course, that totally makes sense.
It was, I don't want to say it was like night and day, but it was significantly
It was really,
better.
it was cool.
Wow.
Like the acting, like the actual show itself, I would say the traveling group was great. I would say more of the actors, we had a backup, Alexander Hamilton.
No, I don't think he was a backup. I think they just switched Hamiltons.
No, they said he was like their understudy.
No, because he wasn't listed as a swing, as an understudy, as anybody. I think they had just switched
Hamilton.
No, I think they had just switched Hamiltons, and they were.
Well, he needs to get it together because he was all right. He wasn't great, but everybody else was phenomenal.
You know, Jay thought he was good until we were at intermission, and I was like, "Did you ever notice that when he says like sing, like does the sing talking instead of just the singing, he sounds like Kermit the Frog?" And Jay was like, "I hadn't." And then after he left,
She ruined
like,
him for
you
me.
totally ruined that for me. I couldn't hear anything with Kermit
I am
the
not
Frog.
throwing away my shot.
That's how
throwing away my
did.
shot. No, I'm just like the country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry.
It sounded like that at points, okay?
I think he was just pressing. He was pressing too much. He was kind of closing his.
Because I think it was like I don't know, he was
his
new
first
to
time,
the
it looked
gig.
like.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I don't know if it was his first time, but obviously, since they printed the last batch of programs, yeah. Anyway.
But anywho, I will leave you all to it. I told Zach he would go to bed once I finish the story, so I'm going to go up and.
Okay, wait, Chris, come back in. We'll take one more picture.
Oh yeah,
we've got
kind of Chris there.
You two and the cat. Okay.
You two and the cat.
Everybody. Thanks. Okay. We're good, everyone.
Oh, good. All right. Bye. Good to see you all. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Bye.
All right, everyone. I have some quick ghost stories. I tried to find ones that were not would not freak anybody out. I have learned. One day I won't be so nice.
Well, I'm not home alone tonight, so that helps a lot.
I know. I know, but I went through about 17 different sites and tabs and whatnot and gathered a couple of them. I only have a couple because I didn't know how long, real life ghost stories was going to take. But so this is from BuzzFeed, Reddit. I think there's one from like Good Housekeeping or some shit like that. Today Show. I don't know. I closed that tab out because I copied and pasted them into a Word document. Okay. This first one though, I thought we would all appreciate. So take this is the only one that I'm like grain of salt here. But okay. My sister and I were home alone playing with Barbies, and we sat a Ken doll on the couch. We threw Barbie in his direction, and both of us saw him lift his arms and catch her. I love that one.
That is fun.
I do, but dolls are scary.
Dolls
but
are
less scary when they're Ken and Barbie.
Oh my God. Speaking of, sorry, this story just came into my head. Speaking of creepy dolls. In line at security at JFK Airport, getting ready to go to Spain, a woman gets in line, like sort of the next row past me, legitimately holding a Chucky doll.
Fucking way.
A Chucky doll.
Why?
Not like
Why
just
would
like a
you do
creepy
that?
doll, like a Chucky doll. I don't know.
Did she not see the movie?
I'm just glad she wasn't on my plane.
Maybe she's a fan of the TV show.
But it was just so bizarre. Anyway, continue.
No, that's creepy.
Right? It's so weird.
Where were we recently? We were like in a estate sale, or we went to, I don't know if any of you that have been to Raleigh have gone to, we have an antique store down in this place called Cameron Village, or the Village District. And they have, it basically, you can set up little shops inside the antique store and sell your antiques. But there was like one of those creepy fucking ventriloquist dolls there because we went when Jay's dad was in town, and they're so creepy. Like there's no instance in which they are ever not like, okay, you're gonna murder me, right?
Yep.
Okay. Next one is at almost the exact moment my grandfather died, the large mirror over the staircase at our family cabin cracked down the middle. Since then, several times when mom and her siblings have discussed their dad, they found or heard broken/breaking glass. Once every glass on a shelf spontaneously cracked. Another time, all the glasses in the dishwasher broke. They always say my granddad loved living so much he couldn't stand dying, so this was his way of coming back.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, ooh, speaking of like a, very drama way to get attention. I know this next one is from Reddit. I fell asleep at my friend's house and woke up at 3 a.m. in a cemetery to find a Civil War soldier standing guard and worried about my safety. At first, I thought he was some kid playing a reenactment thing until I looked at my watch and realized where I was. Then I noticed the bullet hole in his temple, so I kept my cool and thanked the soldier for his help and climbed the fence to go back to my friend's house. I was dealing with a migraine, and the medication I was on caused me to sleepwalk, and for some reason, I would end up in the cemetery under a very old willow tree in the older section of the cemetery. The soldier kept watch. I can't remember his name, but he was a decent lad, even in death. I'm glad the medication kept me calm because LOL, this was the early 2000s. The cemetery had a lot of ghosts in it. In the early 90s, my friends would play flashlight tag and stuff in the cemetery. I'd be the one sitting on the graves having conversations with spirits. My friends would be asking who you're talking to. They remembered the names and were respectful of the headstones when running around acting like fools. We had seances and would lead ghost tours during All Hallows Eve.
Love a good cemetery.
Love a good cemetery. That was a very stream of thought. Again, anyway, feel free to unmute if you have any, yays or doubts on any of these stories.
Well, at first I was like, fell asleep and woke up in a cemetery. What? But then I was like, oh, okay. Good.
Yeah.
Sleepwalking.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And I was like, how do you know you're not dreaming?
What were you gonna say, Jamie Joe?
I have a kind of ghost story.
Ooh.
But I thought you guys would like this one.
Love it.
So
already.
There's a hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, which is called the Crescent, and it's not very far from where we live.
Jamie, you're echoing. I think you need to your headphones. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I got you. I'll get it fixed.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Okay. Only because I know our podcast with you every week. I know that this is
that
look.
is not normal. It is in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, which isn't very far from here, and we spent a weekend there. And so we decided we were going to go to the Crescent Hotel, which is supposed to be like the most haunted hotel in the U.S. And I don't know if it actually is. I kind of feel like they say that about every hotel that's haunted, but whatever. And we toured around, and there was this cat that kept following us everywhere. And we would walk down a hall and then come around the other side, and then we'd see the cat on the stairs, and then we'd go onto the other side of the building, and then the cat would be over there. And then we were talking later after we were done touring the hotel, we were talking to an older gentleman, we shall say, that was working there about this cat. And he goes, that cat's been dead for 20 years. So we're like, oh my God, we like literally just saw a ghost cat. And for, I don't know, 15, 16 to 20 years, we thought that we saw a ghost cat at the hotel. And then the last time we went there, which was like last summer, in the back of the hotel, they have a little like a placard and like a tombstone, and it's got all these little kitty toys on it, and it's a picture of that cat who had not been dead for 20 years. He was perfectly alive when we were there, but the guy working there really wanted us to believe it was dead. So Morris the cat was in fact not a ghost cat.
It's so funny.
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay, let me pull up another one here. Ooh, there you are. Sorry. Speaking of cats, mine is down here. But okay. Let's see. My aunt used to live in this old house that everyone in the family joked was haunted. On Christmas, she woke up and went down to the living room to find all of the sofa cushions arranged in a cross on the floor. Only she and her husband lived there, and they both swore they didn't do it. Dun dun dun. All right, next one. Speaking of not being able to see, I need that fucking Hamilton lighting. Sorry, I gotta make these bigger. This is where it gets embarrassing for me. Sorry. Okay. I stayed in a haunted hotel that I did not know was haunted until I got there. I immediately felt something was off until the second I drove was off on the second I drove onto the property. And while I have felt the presence of spirits before and since, it's really rare and it's only happened a few times. This is one of the only times I've experienced spirits who felt evil and gave me a constant sense of dread. I was there for a work event over Halloween weekend, a solid 5-hour drive from my home. I felt so creeped out that when I washed my face at night, I was too scared to close my eyes and basically washed my face with my eyes open. I just felt this overwhelming fear that when I looked up into the mirror, that there would be someone behind me. The first night, I had an extremely violent nightmare that ended with me being choked. And I woke up around 3 a.m., same as Jay, the witching hour, coughing as if I had actually been choked. I was terrified. I turned on the lights and stayed awake until the sun came up. The next morning, I went to breakfast and started attending all the various work meetings and events. Oops, sorry, Jack just texted me and he screwed up my screen. Everybody blame Jack right now. I was there for at some point in the afternoon. So at some point in the afternoon, I went back to my room for a quick nap. I almost never take naps. Was so exhausted from basically staying up all night. And I knew I had other events later that day that I would need to attend. At this point, it's around 2 p.m. and I lay down for a nap. Once again, I wake up coughing from another violent nightmare where someone is choking me. Okay, now I'm starting to get really concerned. I go downstairs and speak with some friends of mine about the fact that I feel very, very uncomfortable at this hotel. I keep having these violent nightmares, and that I think that the hotel is haunted. My friends are confused because this is not something I've ever said before, and they did not feel what I was feeling. I was so perplexed by this because the feeling was overwhelming, and it wasn't just when I was having a nightmare. It was a constant feeling of suffocating dread. That night, I really did not want to go to sleep, but I had to because I had more work events the next day and I was exhausted. Well, around 3 a.m., I wake up from another violent nightmare where I'm again being choked. That's when I decided to run away. I turned on all the lights and threw all my things in a bag. In 5 minutes, I went downstairs, woke up the person at the front desk, and asked to check out immediately. I then drove 5 hours straight home in the middle of the night. Around 9 in the morning, I got a text from one of my friends asking when I was going to come downstairs for breakfast. And that's when I told them I was already home. I will never set foot in that property again. I can take a hint.
Oof.
Yeah. Wow. Sounds like Jay, except, you know,
Uh-huh.
none of his coworkers corroborated.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to answer Jack back real quick. Okay. Anyway. Ooh, spooky, scary. All right, on that note, does anybody have anything else? Otherwise, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll just finish up with some feedback.
Sounds good.
All right. I need to pull up the outline, because I'm the worst. I just realized I didn't have it up.
That's what he said.
Okay, that was my cat. She's very annoying.
But very cute.
All right. All right, we are back. I'm ready to get some feedback. Here we go. First bit of feedback is from Randy on the Facebook group, and Randy says, I am a big fan of pineapple on pizza. I especially like pepperoni and pineapple. I like the contrast of sweet and sour pineapple with spicy pepperoni. Also, I saw My Old Ass last week and enjoyed it.
See, Randy and I are just vibing.
Apparently.
Daniel also enjoys the pineapple pepperoni combo.
Nice.
I don't get it, but whatever you get.
I feel like I need to try it at least.
I mean, do you like sweet and savory in other things?
I don't know. I like popcorn with M&Ms. Does that count?
That 100% counts.
Well, then I do like sweet and savory everywhere.
Like Chinese food. Like, I mean, not all Chinese food, but some Chinese food, you know, like.
Yeah, I had this, grilled chicken and, I don't know, some sort of Asian sauce thing combo from Wegmans on Sunday. That was pretty good. Delicious. I feel like that was sweet and savory.
Good combo. It's a solid, taste, palate, flavoring, whatever combination
situation.
Yes.
All right, moving on. Dennis says for the Am I the Asshole Tell, which was the one with the insane stolen food story. He says, never create a situation where you intentionally create a situation where someone could become ill or injured because you believe someone is messing with you or your property. You could be civilly or criminally liable or both. Also, wouldn't the hospital that kept that guy up to date on the condition of the coworker in the hospital be violating HIPAA laws? Remember, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just an all-star contributor. So my take on my interpretation of it was that the chick in the hospital was gossiping, and then the gossip kind of made its way down to him. But I could be wrong. Like,
I mean, I would think so, because then it's probably fake if it's not that. But
right, yeah. But it's also probably fake anyway.
Probably fake anyway, but still a good read. And we're not like condoning. We're not like saying this is what you should do. But we're also saying it's kind of ironic.
Well, it's also like just insane, all from start to finish.
Also just insane.
So wild.
And since it's probably not true, we can all just laugh about it.
Exactly.
That too. I would love to find evidence if it was in fact true.
I mean, it was an epic. It was an epic tale.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. If anything, they've got a great imagination.
Yes, but also don't steal your coworker's food. I don't know, like that.
There's also that.
I feel like that should still be one of the key takeaways.
100%.
100%. No, I totally agree. We have a bit of Matt-splaining next. Matt, do you want to Matt-splain your Matt-splaining-ness?
Yeah, well, sure, because basically, like, if because you were talking about pairing up My Old Ass and Babes together. My Old Ass is going to be on Prime next week on the 7th.
Yes,
that's exciting.
And also, speaking of exciting news, The Sex Lives of College Girls is going to be coming back on November 21st.
Yes. I'm so excited. And Shrinking is back.
Yep.
Oh, yes, so good.
I don't have Apple TV anymore.
Wasn't it on Hulu?
No, it's Apple TV.
No,
Shrinking.
Oh, damn. Okay, so just like you have to map out what you want to see, and then take a month of this and a month of that, and then
exactly. And you want to wait till Black Friday deals.
Yeah.
Also,
I will say though, like on the subject of TV, we started watching English Teacher. It is so good.
Is it?
Okay. Jamie's watched it. Matt, you've watched it. Anybody else watched it?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
I think it's Hulu. Is it Hulu? What is it?
It's
I'm
Hulu
bad at
FX.
knowing these. Okay. What is it?
It's Hulu FX on Hulu.
It's really funny. Like, yeah. I 100% recommend it. We're only halfway through. I think we watched the first 4, But I hear the rest of it is also hilarious, and everybody's eagerly waiting for a season 2 to come out.
Renewal. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. It's really fun. Oh, we
If
have
you- I'm sorry, if you're a fan of Glee, like the humor in Glee, then you will like this. It's like Glee. It doesn't have the musicals, but it's that same snarky, sarcastic sense of humor.
But it's like Glee meets Schitt's Creek.
Yes. Mhm.
Ooh,
That's a great way to partner it.
Yeah. It's a really fun show. I do recommend it. We have a Mr. David Gott who just joined us in the house.
Oh, hey.
Hello. Better late than never.
Hello. Do you have any ghost stories for us?
Also, sorry, I can't do any tequila shots because I gave my remaining.
She
tequila
did give her Gott tequila to me. I do have it. I'm also willing to ask Jay to bring it down. Just say the word. I don't need. I got the shot glass right in front of me. Say the word. All right. Yeah. He is just listening this evening. But yeah, no, I'll check out my old ass when it comes on to Prime. What is the over under that we're gonna know who the president is by 11/7?
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. But a girl can hope.
A girl can hope. I mean, it would certainly, yeah. I was gonna say it would help my anxiety, but it might not. I don't know. I'm just trying not to think any which way too far.
Yeah. All right. We've got an Andy update to do this spooky week in Andy's virginity.
All right. Okay, so Andy writes in this spooky week in Andy's virginity. Hey, broads. A little update as we get ready for the scariest day of the year, November 5th.
Solid joke.
You ain't fucking kidding.
So nothing on the job hunt front. Definitely frustrating, but I'm trying to keep in perspective that there are a myriad of reasons why they wouldn't hire me. Some of those reasons don't involve me at all. Very true. At least I haven't unveiled that half of my office was having an affair with the other half, like that guy, and no one is stealing my lunch. Hey,
all positives. All positives.
Other than that, it's pretty quiet. I figured out a workaround, so we're not going to be wasting a lot of paper and time. Well, it's still adding time, but not as much. Still not crazy about doing it, but at least it's not as much. Happy Halloween. I know I'm dealing with election anxiety like a lot of people, so here's hoping things turn out okay. Get out and vote. Hashtag I'm with hers, Andy. Indeed.
Yes, get out and vote. Vote early so that way you can track your vote to make sure it was accepted. Also, that will help us know, because some states have laws you're not allowed to count until election day closes or whatever the fuck it is, because I don't know, they want to make things as complicated as possible. But like, you can still track in every state, you can track your ballot to make sure that it was accepted. And if there's any issues, then you have time to correct it. So that is why voting early really is so important.
Yeah. I will say, I think it is a little bit weird, like, that they can, I mean, that we could, never mind. I'm just saying, like, if we know kind of what way things are going, it seems, okay, I'm just going to stop that. I'm very tired. It's fine. It's all good.
That's okay. Well, if you think about it, though, like, you don't really know, like, exit, like, polling isn't super accurate. Like, I think at this point, it's very fair to assume that, like, I don't know, 90-something% of registered Democrats are going to be voting for Harris Walz. Republicans, it's up in the air, because you know that, like, 90-something of them are probably going to be voting for the Nazi ticket. And it's just like, you don't know how many of those like Haley Republicans are going to, or like Haley Cheney Republicans, and I mean like Lynn, not her dad, are going to be voting for Harris or third party. Like those are sort of kind of, I feel like the undecideds at this point,
Right.
because
Yeah.
well, and also
Haley,
like
although Haley herself is going to be voting for the Nazi ticket.
wild
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean,
What
did
a
we
party.
expect any less,
No,
I guess.
exactly. We all-
No, because nobody has a backbone. But like, yeah, it's just I think that, I mean, it's going to come down to like getting out the Democrat vote, because as they like, it really is like when we vote, we win, because there's just statistically more registered Democrats in the country. But like, it's getting them out, and it's flipping like the certain percentage of those undecided Republicans back over. And I don't know. I don't know. Like, you want to be like, okay, if you didn't vote for him in 2020, you wouldn't vote for him now. But like, a lot has happened in 4 years. Like, there's been 4 more years of the opportunity to just be absolutely fucking brainwashed by right-wing media. And like, I even see it like amongst my old classmates. Like, I see more people I grew up with, like men my age, who are like, I had no idea their political affiliation before, don't know if they even voted, that are now like on Instagram stories sharing like, pro-Trump stuff. So it's just, they've had 4 more years of like that ecosystem. So I don't know, but I want to be optimistic.
I want to be optimistic too. And you saying that is just making me realize how much of a bubble I truly do live in, because I just don't have anyone like I
truly.
But the thing is, on the other side,
on Instagram,
like,
I do
your
not
friends in like swing states. I'm like, I don't know anyone in swing states that like I'm already not 100% certain that they already have a voting plan, and like they don't need me to tell them.
Yeah. What do I?
And I'm not friends with the douches from high school, so
Yeah,
I don't see the Republican post.
Yeah. And also, like, I'm not gonna like try and debate you of like over social media as to why your decisions, your life choices and your voting choices are wrong.
But just interesting that like I don't even see any of it. It just doesn't. I have curated the shit out of my.
I see a lot of it. I know Jamie sees a lot of it. Judy, I don't know what area in New York, like what your demographics of that area is. I'm gonna guess that you're probably similar to Dennis, because you're both in the same-ish area.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I not seeing it for the national elections, but the amount of outright lies on the down ticket stuff.
Yeah.
So like we have like our congressman, the Democrats likely not to win in our district anyway, but the amount of crap and lies they are putting out about him, that if you didn't know anything, maybe you would believe. So maybe you'd vote for the Republican there, even if you're not voting for Trump, which is also scary.
Yeah. Well, there was speaking of the soil and water person that I was talking about earlier, they're the only unaffiliated person. And I had, Googled beforehand, because I had looked at my, sample ballot beforehand online. And there was this one person, he was the closest you could get, before you hit that limit where you're not allowed to be, at the polls anymore. He's a solo person. And he's there and he's out there, and he's David Gott's raising his hand, but now he's gone. I'm so confused. Where are you?
He's back, but he's at the beginning.
Am I truly gone?
Yeah,
where are you?
He just moved screens.
He just moved to the beginning of the
like picture title.
Oh shit! How did you do that? Wait,
No idea.
Shandy's on the bottom now.
You
must know what I'm getting at is the former soil and water accountant audit guy from Florida is now here running here.
Oh, he just moved again. Got on the move.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
On
yes.
Stay put for me.
Can you hear me? Can you hear the bad lounge music in the background?
No, we can just.
Okay, stop.
Technology is very good about
it's between songs. I'm sitting on a cruise boat somewhere off the coast of Puerto Rico. That's why I've been having trouble talking.
Oh, so you're
wow.
Oh, you came on because you knew that I couldn't resist asking you if you see an island of floating trash. Jamie's laughing because she knows that
I will in the morning, apparently.
What?
I will in the morning when we get there.
Okay. Well, as somebody that's been to Puerto Rico like 3 times, it's quite lovely.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, when I was
love
there in
Puerto
March, it
Rico.
was fine. So
Ooh, it was there.
Also, the thing about that kills me about that joke is like they were so close to getting that, like the planet is something we need because they're, it's like they were so close to getting it because the actual garbage island in the Pacific is like a big deal, but
Yeah.
so close to admitting that humans have polluted and caused climate change or whatever. But anyway.
Anyway, David Gott, do you have any? Are you on a haunted ship?
no, I'm on the MSC Seascape.
That sounds fancy.
Yeah, it was nice. We left Nassau yesterday. Then we had to turn back because somebody had a grabber. So we had to take him to the hospital for sure. We had to go back like 2 hours. And I hope he's okay. I mean, they took him away in an ambulance and everything.
Oh my gosh.
But then we're cruising, and that's why I couldn't figure out how to work this thing because the Wi-Fi is a little weird.
I remember the last time I was on a cruise, it was in like, I don't know, 2008, and the internet was awful that you had to like pay like $10 a minute to like just check your email. So it's come a long way, at least, because you're here. Hi.
Oh no, it's totally included.
Ooh.
So
that's cool. Where else are you going other than Puerto Rico?
Then Dominican Republic. We left Saturday. We went to their private island on a Sunday. And then yeah, so Puerto Rico should be fun. We're going to be in Old Town tomorrow.
Oh, I love Old Town Puerto Rico. You can get rum really cheap there.
True enough.
Yeah. Pina coladas on Got next May.
I'm saying, well, happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Halloween.
Are you doing Halloween festivities on the boat? Are you dressing up?
I assume they are. I am not. Because I'm lucky I could remember pants, let alone a costume.
Uh-huh.
So,
right.
I it was Frank's birthday yesterday too. Tell him I said happy birthday.
Indeed, I will.
How did you change yourself to be in front of me, the host, who should be first?
I have no idea. I've never ever used Zoom on my phone before.
Cool.
So
anyway, we'll let you go. Thanks for popping in. Let us know if there's anything haunted or spooky or scary.
Yeah, report back.
Yeah. Well, Gott's here. Let's keep talking trash about Trump.
By the way, keep your heads up. It's very close.
Thank you.
It's very, very anybody who tells you it's over one way or the other is lying.
Yeah. Is Florida in play? Or is that just
Florida is absolutely not in play. He'll win it by 7-10.
Mm-hmm. All right.
They're saying the
and God just came to us with a scary story, everyone.
Right.
but you don't need Florida. All you really need is Pennsylvania. So it's all about Pennsylvania. You lose whatever party.
They just took it to the Supreme Court to overthrow like a whole fuck ton of votes.
Did they? Did they lose?
Yeah. No. The Supreme Court yesterday agreed to hear it.
Before Election Day, which is in a week?
Yeah.
God, they're awful.
Anyway, I'm so sorry. Continue with your positivity.
No, I'm just saying that there's anybody on either side who says they've won it or they think they see momentum. The polls are so close and such that the little movement you see one way or the other is easily within the margin of error. Mm-hmm. And all seven of the swing states, as they're called, are within a point or two. I think Michigan and Wisconsin will easily go Harris. I hate to tell you, I think North Carolina is a lost cause for Harris. I think Georgia's a lost cause.
I think Georgia lost cause too. Just based on early voting data, I do think that's lost cause.
And Pennsylvania's the ball game. That's what it'll come down to.
Man, if only I just counted how many overall votes you got.
Right. If it's just like everyone
what
in
a
America,
world.
Well, but then you'd only have to campaign in California and New York, and you could win the election.
So instead,
That's
you
why-
just campaign in a handful of swing states, and they
Yeah.
make
It
the
would be,
decision
yeah,
for
it would be
everyone.
nice if like
I
everybody's
know,
vote
yeah.
could count equally.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been
Also,
doing this
California
for
is
how many
very
centuries?
diverse.
You think we
Yeah.
could figure out a
California
better
is
way to
very
do this.
centrist.
No,
No,
it's
California
diverse.
is
It
very
is diverse.
Diverse.
Like
There
New York
are-
is very diverse.
There's
It's
a
only
lot
New York
of
City.
Republicans in California.
Yeah, Jay's
So-
a lot of Jay's family in Ohio. Well, obviously Ohio, but like the Ohio people that went to California are
As soon
yeah.
as you go a little bit inland in California, you'd think you're in rural Montana. Like it's so.
They
Well, there's
also-
no question, but they don't have a single statewide elected official that's a Republican.
Yes, they do.
Who?
Well, he's not statewide, but like Congress, like state Congress.
Well, I'm
That
sure they
counts.
have congressmen.
I mean,
Sure.
They've had
representation.
Republican governors in the past, so it's not like they never have Republican.
Anyway,
Yeah, I mean,
but
you guys
I don't.
had
I
Arnold
mean,
Schwarzenegger.
yeah,
Sure did. Sure
did.
brought up Arnold Schwarzenegger. I did. I did.
Also, who cares? Like, it should be one person, one vote. That period. The end.
I didn't
Like,
write the rules, Shandy. I mean, they were written in.
I know
You
slaveholders
did.
wrote them. So yeah.
Speaking of Alexander Hamilton and a whole
We
bunch
didn't
of
write the
racists wrote it.
rules. Yeah, just a bunch of people who owned other people. wrote
But
them.
anyhow, bottom line, nobody knows who's going to win, and it all comes down to Pennsylvania. Literally
Yeah,
nothing else matters at this point.
I do agree. It comes down to Pennsylvania at the end of the day. I think they'll get Michigan though. Like, will get.
Yeah,
Michigan, not
I
them,
do
like,
too.
will.
I think Harris has won Michigan and probably Wisconsin. I think, and like I said, I think she'll lose North Carolina because she pulled her money out of North Carolina today. So there's a reason she pulled her money, and it's because
we were
they
on.
don't think they're going to win.
We were on 40 yesterday because we came back from Winston-Salem. What's today? Tuesday? Okay, so I'm sorry, it's Sunday. She has digital billboards like all up and down. Like there's a lot invested in the state, and she's coming here tomorrow, Wednesday, the 30th, as we're recording this.
I mean, you could be right. I mean, it's only a 2-point lead or so.
Close.
So it's.
I think it's close, and the reason I think it's close is because I follow somebody on Twitter who posts the results, like the statistics every day after early voting. And while Republicans are up by like statistically of how they have voted by, a couple of points, there's also like it's the unaffiliated. Like, there are more people in North Carolina who are unaffiliated than who are Democrat or Republican. So like,
That's
we're the
happening in a
highest
lot
vote
of
share.
states. That's happening in a lot of states.
Which is it makes sense, like, because I'm unaffiliated, I can vote in whatever primary I want to, and I like that, so I do that. But they also know a lot of people like me who moved here that came down and registered as unaffiliated. So I would wager a guess that from Republicans and people that are Trump supporters are very proud to be who they are, and I feel like they go out and they're like, we're Republicans, fuck you all. We have the guns and the God and blah 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 blah, and like
fuck your feelings.
But you're missing about 20% of the party that can't stand him, but can't bring themselves to vote for a Democrat. So they're not
fine.
going to be. But
Then
they're
just
not.
Leave it blank. That's still a vote against Trump in North Carolina.
But what they're going to do is they're going to vote for Trump, and they're not going to tell their friends, and they're not going to tell their neighbors, and they're not. They're just going to be quiet about it.
And
then
that
it doesn't matter that they can't. Yeah, that doesn't matter that they can't stand him. It doesn't matter then. Like, you're still voting for him. So like,
right,
whatever, like,
at the
at some
end-
point you got to look at it and be like, this dude is fucking losing it. And like, if everybody, I do think, and then we're gonna go because sorry, this is. I think anybody out there that was concerned about Joe Biden's age and mental acuity, that is not concerned about Donald Trump's age and mental acuity, is a hypocrite.
Well, yes, but that's kind of the name of their game.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That dude is clearly
Screaming the void.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The end.
I mean, yeah, hypocrisy is just the state of the.
And here's what gets me too. Like, if you I've been meaning to look this up, but what's the average age of a white male in the United States? It's like the average lifespan. It's like 78 to 80.
I can tell you the average penis size of white men in the United
Not
States.
interested in this context.
Not the question asked. That's
No,
great.
I'm just saying it's not that I would ever wish this. Let's be very clear. I'm just saying statistically, if he were in office at his age, statistically, it would be possible that he might die of natural causes in office. And then what happens? Then we're stuck with JD fucking Vance. Like, that is terrifying.
Our first House fucking president. It's what?
74.8.
Oh,
74 points. So that's what I'm saying. Statistically, this is purely statistically. I'm just saying, like, the odds not in his favor. And then we're stuck with Vance.
I just had to mute David Gott because the cruise is giving us
the new Zach is really kicking up.
It's Shady's point.
All right. You know what? Hopefully, I don't know, or not hopefully. Bye. Bye-bye. Hopefully or not hopefully, we will know by the time we record next. Okay, now we're getting a very
a real show
70s lounge view of this cruise ship. Cool. Oh no, don't turn it off. Oh, he left. All right, anyway. Now I can fully say, David fucking God, if you were talking about yourself, I'm gonna be really mad.
Couldn't be, no, couldn't be. He changed his affiliation.
Well, like I said, almost every Democrat.
No, we gotta believe in people. We gotta believe in people.
Yeah. All right, on that note, everyone, happy Halloween!
Indeed.
It's great. I love when Halloween falls right before Election Day. It's so wonderful. It's spectacular. Thank you all, though, for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. Thanks, anybody out there that's listening. Oh, he's coming back. Do I let him in? Oh my goodness!
Just in time
David,
for
God, I feel you're a fucking vampire that just wants to keep getting invited into my house right now. Okay, thanks everybody for playing. Thanks to the patrons, especially the ones that contribute a certain level, and be Eka, Erkner, Magna, Magnificent, Joanne with a Plan, and the Creepy Poopy and Millman. Thank you guys so much. Go to Patreon, patreon.com/JayandJack. We were kicking around maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Just stay tuned to the social medias for whatever we may do. Oh, no, that's what she said. Hey, spoiler alert, in the bloopers, I also forget the That's What She Said, and that's in the bloopers, which are finished. And I was going to post today, and I was like, oh my God, then I can say that like when I did it, like, oh my God, they're done, go check them out. And then I saw that this was episode 913, and I was like, 13 is a spooky number, it's a sign. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to post those, but they're done. Yay!
Hooray, that's the important part.
That's the important part. So they'll be out next, and then it'll be our election episode, hopefully. I don't know, maybe, we'll find out. All right, let's finish up with the That's What She Said. However, I just want the record to state I already thanked the patrons. Okay.
Indeed. It's all around my ankles.
There was a lot of movement on that.
They tend to do things well.
Everybody rushed to get it after COVID.
It's awesome watching them all do that for you.
They did it a lot faster. There were more then. There was one of me. Oh, sorry. There was more of them. There was only one of me.
It's the same size. It should be fine.
But wait, there's more.
I put it in this week also.
Maybe pairing it with my old ass.
Absolutely. Just had to get that in there.
The funding for the position was pulled.
The position was filled by somebody else.
Bring them all, guys. We'll see them.
All right. We're half funny this week, I feel like.
Yeah, that was an okay batch.
I'm sorry, Matt. We let you down.
It's all right.
We'll be funnier this week. Next week, I got a big one. Ooh, it's a chubby. Where's your Waldo? Okay. Cool. On that note, though, any feedback to broadcasters3@gmail.com. Give us a call 331-276-2373. Thanks again, everybody. This is my favorite show, and I'm really happy that you guys were here. So thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. Yeah, here you go. Kick off broadcast holiday season. Woo! Including Election Day, the scariest day of them all, as Andy pointed out. All right, though, thanks so much. We'll see you next time. On that note, my name is Colleen.
My name's Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Recording is stopped. I don't know if we're still on the YouTube, but
I think so.
Yeah, we are. We still have the icon up in the